Welcome back to the Everyday Faith Podcast from Eastside with today's faith-rooted principle. Hey there, welcome back. I'm Isaac Johnson, and today is July the 5th, Sunday. I hope that you have had a great 4th celebrating America and celebrating the birthday of our nation, 250 years, and we had a great 25 days leading up to that with our prayer and praise, but we are going back to our regular format of our rooted principle that we'll share with you every single day, and today's July the 5th principle is this: fly high the king's flag. Fly high the king's flag. And the principle comes from John chapter number 13, verse 34 and 35, where the Bible tells us, "A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. And by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another." By this, by your love, will people know that you are a child of God and that you're one of God's disciples, one of Jesus's disciples. Windsor Castle, here's a great illustration of this. Windsor Castle is the world's largest inhabited castle. They don't necessarily stay there full time. The king or the queen, whoever is the king or queen of England, doesn't stay there full time, but they do stay there, and it is the largest inhabited castle, and the structure dates back to the days before William the Conqueror. And Windsor locals know whether the king is in the Windsor Castle or not, because they change the flag. When the king is at home or in the castle, the flag is hoisted, and when he's away, a different flag is hoisted. So when he's away, the Union Jack is hoisted, and if he's there, the Royal Standard is hoisted. And based on those flags that are flying, it tells the people of the land whether the king is present there or not. That's kind of interesting to think about with the Christian life. When people take a look at our life and they see what flag is flying, can they know of the truth that our King is dwelling within, that our Almighty is dwelling within? Obviously, based on Scripture, we can't lose our salvation. We know that, and He's always with us if we're His child. But is it evident that the King is within? Are we flying another flag? We need to be flying high the King's flag. We may claim to know the King, but there are worldly flags maybe that we're flying. How do we think that the servants live when the king is in the castle? Think about that for just a second. How do the servants live, and how do they act when the king is in the Windsor Castle? It's probably safe to say they're a little bit more focused on doing their task, much more detailed and orderly than when the king is away. They're most likely to make sure that they're a little bit more careful and neat and sharp and prompt. And it's all because the queen, or rather the king, is in the castle. You know, we may say that we truly know the presence of God, and if we do, then it should cause us to live a little bit differently. And let this wicked world know very clearly by the life that we live that there is royalty within us. Hey, let's fly high the King's flag. By this shall all men know that you're my disciples, by your love one for another. Let's fly high the King's flag. Thanks for joining us for today's Rooted Principle right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast. If today's conversation has encouraged you, be sure to share it with someone who might need it, and don't forget to follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time right here on the Everyday Faith Podcast.